goals of psychological studies and research. As a science, psychologists try to understand the nature and functioning of behavior and experience. They try to answer questions regarding various psychological processes like memory, thinking, learning, perception, intelligence, etc. In doing so, the researcher or investigator adopts a scientific perspective. They make efforts to develop knowledge of phenomena in such a manner that can fulfill the requirements of science. Here, science refers to a method of systematic inquiry which is based on unbiased observation. In this way, scientific knowledge becomes available for scrutiny by any person who wants to understand and verify the same. This is why scientific knowledge is made available to all. In everyday life, our observations are often biased by our likings or disliking. In fact, we accept what others say, and our casual impressions become part of our personal understanding, which may be wrong or right. In contrast, a scientist relies only on the observations which are not influenced by personal preferences but are free from such biases. Similarly, scientific knowledge is not anybody's personal property. You must have heard about scientific journals. If you get a chance to go through a journal, you will find that the way a scientific study is conducted is fully described or documented. In other words, the knowledge is public and open to anyone who wants to have access to it. The documentation of research is useful for another purpose. Such a study can be replicated by any person who wants to conduct the study himself or herself. Finally, the scientific study is objective. It is supposed to be free from subjective factors, and it is seen, observed, or experienced in the same way by each and everyone who follows the given method. Psychologists have accepted scientific method and try to generate knowledge which stands well on the above-mentioned criteria of science. As scientists, they try to achieve the following goals regarding the objective of their study. 1. Description. The first step towards gaining understanding is to obtain a proper or systematic description of the phenomenon under study. It determines the range and boundary of the phenomena. 2. Explanation. Explanation means statement of the factors which determine the phenomenon under study. In other words, one may say that explanation provides the factors which make something happen. Thus, when a psychologist shows that practice leads to change in behavior, he or she is explaining learning. 3. Prediction. Once we are able to get the explanation of some phenomena, we are in a position to tell or predict what will happen under certain circumstances. The ability to make prediction is based on systematic analysis of the various causal factors. The presence or absence of those factors can help one to tell what will happen in future. 4. Control. The ability to predict provides the knowledge necessary to bring the change that is desirable. For instance, use of polio vaccine prevents the occurrence of polio. Similarly, practicing yoga or relaxation can be used to improve health and quality of life of the people. Thus, knowledge can be used to produce results desired by the user of knowledge. This, however, is possible only when we have scientific knowledge.